The 2010s. The decade where Messi and Ronaldo finally established themselves as football legends, where Real Madrid dominated in the Champions League, and where I saw some of the craziest moments in football. Many legends retired that decade, and many others rose to fame during the same period, and today it's time to do something a little bit different. I'm bringing you not the greatest 11 of all time from a team or a country, but from a whole decade. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit controversial to discuss, but I want you to know that my criteria will be the success and impact selected players had during that decade, plus a little bit of personal opinion, of course. So without further ado, this is Thrones FC Greatest 11 of the 2010s. Goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer. Vital to the conquest of the 2013 Champions League and 2014 World Cup, Neuer is one of the several players who would have won a Ballon d'Or if it wasn't for the two GOATs. He came close though, finishing third once after winning the World Cup. Despite being compared many times to Casillas and Buffon, in that decade he was in a league of his own, with his footwork unmatched by any of his peers. Adding on to his great reflexes and shot-stopping ability, it's undeniable the influence that he had in Bayern and the Mannschaft, but also in the sport, as in the latest years more and more goalkeepers have adopted his playing style in one way or another. Right back, Dani Alves. Probably not the best time to mention this guy, but we gotta separate the football player from the man, and the fact of the matter is that Dani Alves is a serial winner. As of the time of this video, he's a football player with the most trophies won, and many of them came during the 2010s. He seriously helped Barcelona during the first part of the decade, with his overlapping attacking runs down the right flank, while also helping Juve reach the Champions League final. Once again, if the accusations are true, I have absolutely no respect for the man. Judging him by his performances though, he has to be in this 11. Centre back, Sergio Ramos. Nominated for the 11 of the season 9 times during the last decade, it would be obvious that he would be here. The consistently imposing figure in the back four of La Roja and Los Merengues, Ramos won everything that there was to win in the past decade. In the process, he gained several admirers and also critics who consider this style too aggressive and impulsive at times, which makes sense considering the fact that he holds the record for most carded player in La Liga with 191 cards and also the record of most red cards with 20. However, there's also no denying he's one of the most complete defenders of all time, many even comparing him to Maldini due to his versatility and competence in every role he plays, from centre back to right back and even central midfielder. It's a bit unfair how he had to recently say goodbye to his national team, however, the real ones know his true value. Centre back, Thiago Silva. A complete defender and a natural born leader, Thiago not only was one of the best defenders in the world in the last decade, but he's continuing to play regularly at the highest level in this decade as well. He's an example of longevity, but he was also a late bloomer, as he was only truly considered world-class by the time he was 27 and broke the transfer fee record for a defender at the time. He then went on to establish himself as one of the best PSG players of all time, with his 8-year tenure at the club, where he won 7 league titles and many other honors. Could we see him on a list like this for the next decade as well? Left back, Marcelo. One of the most iconic left backs of all time, Marcelo was always the Robin to Ronaldo's Batman. He formed an iconic partnership with CR7 that landed 4 Champions League trophies to Los Merengues. Speedy, a great dribbler, fun to watch, and a high performer in the big matches, Marcelo was many times compared to his compatriot Roberto Carlos, who even praised him and said he was a better dribbler than he was. He won everything at club level, only missing out on a trophy with his country. Central midfielder, Toni. Blessed with impeccable technique and great passing range, Kroos is one of the best in the world at dictating the tempo of the match. Kroos played a crucial role in the beginning of the last decade in Bayern Munich's 2012-2013 UEFA Champions League triumph, scoring 3 goals in 9 appearances. After another successful season in Germany that culminated in a World Cup win, he left for Real Madrid, where he established himself as one of the greatest midfielders ever in the club's history, winning 3 Champions League titles in a row from 2016 until 2018. He's still kicking it at the highest level and has recently added another Champions League and a Club World Cup to his resume. Central midfielder, Andrés Iniesta. One of the greatest midfielders of all time, Andrés Iniesta played an immense role in Barcelona's golden era. Iniesta, alongside Xavi, controlled the Barcelona and Spain midfield for the better part of a decade, playing a starring role in Euro 2012 and Barcelona's successful Champions League campaign in 2014-2015. Very few players in history had the passing, technique, vision and movement that he did. Having won almost every trophy available, Iniesta is a true legend of the game, and despite turning 39 this year, he's still applying his trade in Japan with Vissel Kobe. Attacking midfielder, Luka Modrić. The only player other than CR7 and Messi to win the Ballon d'Or in the last decade, Luka Modric's consistency and longevity at the top of the game has been nothing short of extraordinary. Capable of playing multiple roles in the midfield, Modric is still a vital member of the Real Madrid squad and one of the best midfielders in La Liga. The Croatian has not only been an amazing performer at club level, but he also played a starring role in Croatia's incredible run to the 2018 World Cup final, cementing himself as the best Croatian player of all time. Right winger, Lionel Messi. Messi definitely evolved over that decade. From being a skinny false nine to becoming the best player in the world, La Pulga had come a long way. The Argentinian can do pretty much everything from scoring mesmerizing goals, setting up teammates, dazzling dribbles, dropping deep to link play up, free kicks to defense breaking incisive passes and through balls. The Argentine won 7 La Ligas, 5 Copa del Reys, 2 UEFA Champions Leagues, UEFA Super Cups and FIFA Club World Cups each with Barcelona in the 2010's. The only thing between him and the GOAT status was international success, and Messi would go on to achieve it in the following decade. Left winger, Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo was the best player in the world several times and is arguably one of the greatest ever players in the sport's history. He can score from anywhere and is also a fox in the box. He possesses good vision to pick out his teammates, pace to burn, and supreme dribbling ability. The Portuguese has been smashing records for fun during all of his career, having scored 555 goals for club and country in all competitions last decade. CR7 smashed 437 goals for Real Madrid that decade and won numerous titles with them, including 4 UEFA Champions League titles, 2 La Ligas, 2 UEFA Super Cups, 3 FIFA Club World Cups and 2 Copa del Reys with Los Blancos. While in an international level, Cristiano made history captaining his side to a historic Euro Championship win and also helped conquer the inaugural edition of the Nations League. Centre forward, Luis Suarez. I'm not gonna lie, I seriously dislike Suarez. From biting opponents to screwing Ghana out of the World Cup, he has never been a favourite of mine. However, there was also no striker in the last decade that boasted numbers as impressive as he did. He started off the decade with a great performance in the World Cup, where dark horses Uruguay came really close to winning the tournament. Next year, he actually won the Copa America, and after 3 years killing it in England with Liverpool, he completed a dream move to Barcelona, where he went on to form an iconic trio with Messi and Neymar. During that stint, he won 4 La Liga titles, 4 Copa del Reys, 1 UEFA Champions League, Super Cup and Club World Cup. Individually, he also won 2 golden shoes in an era where prime Messi and Ronaldo were definitely running wild. Manager, Zinedine Zidane. One of the greatest players of all time, Zidane made the Champions League his playground, as he did a three-peat with Real Madrid in a competition from 2016 to 2018. To give this some context, not a single team had been able to retain the Champions League since it was rebranded in 1992. Not only did Zidane retain it, he did one better and kept hold of it for 3 years. Critics of Zidane can make the case that he just inherited a great squad with the presence of a peak Cristiano Ronaldo, and that he was lucky in achieving what he did. However you may call it, the fact remains that he coached his team to do the unimaginable, and his tactical mastery in the big games was nothing short of managerial brilliance. Winning 1 Champions League title after inheriting a team midway may be termed lucky. Winning 3 in a row is nothing short of pure genius and determination. Despite Zidane's lack of longevity in that decade, his accomplishments in Europe's greatest competition are enough to warrant him the manager role in this 11. And that is it for the video. Here's my full 11 and also the bench. Make sure to leave in the comments your favorite 11 as I read through all of your submissions. Thank you for reaching the end of the video. If you appreciate content like this, maybe you like this video. I'll see you on the next one.